The Game is a 1997 American thriller film directed by David Fincher, starring Michael Dublas, Sean Penis, and Deborah Kara Unger as woman. It tells the story of a wealthy investment banker who is given a mysterious gift by his brother, participation in a game that integrates in strange ways with his everyday life. As the lines between the banker's real life and the game become more uncertain, hints of a larger conspiracy become apparent. The game was well received by critics like Roger Ebert and major periodicals like the New York Times, but had middling box office returns compared to the success of Fincher's previous film, Seven. Brad,
Hmm.
you seem blank. You seem blanker than usual.
Blanker than usual.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought, how did this come after Seven? Seems like a bit of a drop in quality from Seven. Seven's like a classic that everybody sort of jumps to. Oh, modern noir horror. This genius director. And then this film, The Game, just fucking fell off the radar, didn't it? Nobody saw this shit. Not saying it's
Seven,
shit, but nobody saw it, I guess is a politer way of putting it.
Seven was a film that felt like it was the first film out of the gate for Fincher. It felt like the entire world went and saw it. Everyone loved it.
No,
Everyone I
you've
knew loved it.
you've been misinformed. Alien 3 was his first film, wasn't it?
Oh shit, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take that, film nerds. We know stuff. Sorry, carry
yeah,
on
it
with
is
your
true.
point.
I forgot about that one. Well, it doesn't really count though, does it? Alien
Well,
3. Like
it
he doesn't
had
he's
shit.
disowned it. Then again, he said he
It's
disowned this
true.
one as well.
Well, this one does have some issues, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Mm.
Hmm.
Um
Hmm. Had you had you uh had you seen this film before your
I
research?
saw I saw Alien 3 in the theaters,
Well,
and
yeah.
I saw I remember when, yeah, like I was saying, everybody in my social circle loved uh Seven.
Hmm.
And we went to the game with great anticipation, and the air kind of went out the bag, really. It wasn't quite
Hmm.
Seven Part 2, was it? But
No,
it was all right. It was
it was
okay.
it was the game. It was okay. Had
But it wasn't great.
sex addicted, pussy eating, tongue cancer. Michael Douglas.
Yeah. What is wrong with Catherine Zeta Jones's vagina if you get cancer if you're licking it? Like, it's the first I've ever heard of that.
Wow, it's like a poisoned apple, isn't it? It's very tempting, and then once you eat
Yes.
it, you get in trouble. There's
Yeah,
repercussions.
she wasn't happy about him going around telling everyone in the world that she had as a poisoned vagina.
No, wow, who would? You
Perhaps
know,
she's a witch.
perhaps. I'm sure she's played many a witch in the films. Maybe,
Hmm.
maybe the little man in the canoe was just scared of the tongue and was just like stabbing it with a fishhook.
I'm not sure I understand that metaphor.
Yeah, yeah, you're one of those poor saps. I feel for any lady that's with you.
Little man in the canoe stabbing it with a fish hook.
Yeah, it's just
Uh,
that's a thinker. You guys could just work on that, and then you come back to me in the comments when you get it.
yeah.
Slow burn, slow burn. Uh,
Mm,
yes, the game. I had seen it in passing. I don't think I saw it at the cinema.
mm.
Don't even know if I rented a VHS or a DVD. I think it was like on TV, like on Sky TV movies. Checked it out first time. I
Mm.
remember. I remember. I don't remember much about it except the twist at the end. That was all I remembered before this rewatching.
Mm.
Uh, and so going into it knowing the twist, I think made it a worse film because you're kind of watching for clues.
Yeah, it's, second time around, the cat's out of the bag, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm. But
The
sometimes that
thing
can be a
about
good thing. Like it worked in the Sixth Sense. It
just
worked in.
thinking.
Oh,
Oh,
were you?
sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Well, I probably interrupted you. So, but I will go on to say films with twists like The Sixth Sense, when you know that Bruce Willis is dead, yeah, fuck you guys, and Shutter Island, when you know that Leo DiCaprio killed his wife, fuck you guys again. On second viewings, both those films are far superior. I think the first one's good, you get a twist shock, and then you watch it the second time knowing the twist, and it makes it fantastic. Shutter Island specifically is a far better film on multiple viewings. This one, the game, not so much, because it just makes less and less sense.
Yeah, I just thought it gives you the same twist twice at the end. Is it
Is
like
it?
his
Oh
brother
yeah,
is has a mental breakdown, is put into an institution, he's told. And then he goes up on the roof and his brother pops out with a big twist.
mm.
He's got a bottle of champagne and hey, it's
Yeah,
all a ruse.
yeah,
He shoots his
shot you.
brother.
Yeah,
The brother, and then he dies.
yeah,
And then his brother comes out. And he goes, "Hey, we're all still alive."
yeah. But
His brother's fine twice. Yeah,
well, he's killed his brother, and then he, decides he's going to kill himself, and it's not
yeah.
worth living. So he jumps off the roof, admittedly at the perfect spot. Um, and then he just wanted to die, and then he's got to see everybody again and join the party.
Yeah. But that's kind of like his brother is fine twice. Is the twist twice, and yeah, that's kind of what I
Yeah, I
mean.
guess. Yeah, but you can kind of like, if you're an astute cinema goer, you might have seen that twist. I like the way they did it, how the lady was like, oh my God, that's a real gun. Where did you find that gun? He's behind the door. He's really behind the door. And you sort of, as a viewer, going, oh, is this real or is this more of the game? Which is, I guess, is what they want you to do. And then when she's, it sort of validates her as telling the truth when all his friends jump out, but then he shot him, and you're like, oh no, he did it, he killed him, and that's what he's thinking too. And you're like, whoa, what a sweet twist. And then he kills himself and jumps off the roof, but no, he falls into an airbag, and the party continues, and that's the twist. That was the bit that made me go, no, fuck this film. He could have like jumped off any part of the building. He could have like ran to the other corner and jumped off, and there wouldn't have been an airbag or a party.
It's very perfectly well. There could have been airbags all around the building.
But the party wouldn't have been all around the building. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
maybe he knew a lot of people, and that was just like a quarter of the people.
I guess. I see a gaping plot hole. Not a gaping
Yeah,
butthole.
I read people were complaining about plot holes, but I don't know if I really paid enough attention to what they were saying while I was watching it to pick out too many plot holes.
Yeah. Did
It
at
kind of
any
works
point did at any point MD Michael Douglas eat any pussy? No, he did not.
on set.
Wow. See, I'm thinking about in the film, but now you raise a good point. On set he may have done. In the
He is a sex
film,
addict. I wouldn't put it past him. Like it probably would have
yeah.
been shagging the catering lady in between takes, and then 10 minutes later he's like banging into Deborah Unger, and then an hour later he's in a subway with a hobo, plowing that, and then you know how sex addicts are, Brett. You know,
I
you
don't
know
know.
what they get up to.
Maybe he was only sex addicted to Catherine Zeta Jones. Maybe he
Uh,
was just addicted to um, the lady from Entrapment.
I think it's got to be to more than one person. Can you be sex addicted to one person?
Well, I guess it's just the act of, not the multiple partners. I'm not one of these people that are sex addicted, so um, who knows? I think addiction uh, is just classed as something that you do uncontrollably, regardless of how it's affecting you and the people around you. Something like that.
I'd class myself as a sex addict, but that sex addiction is regulated by the fact that I'm not the most attractive person on the planet.
so, well, no, I guess there's a difference between wanting lots of sex and having sex addiction.
I feel like many people are in my boat, Brad.
Oh dear.
I think
Yeah.
our listeners understand.
Well, listener. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's
I have to
about
say,
balance.
I enjoy seeing Michael Douglas in any movie because he's always just a great actor. I feel he's always just seems natural and in it and real.
Well, he's all about his chin and his nose, isn't he? He just looks like Michael Douglas.
Well, his
Talks like he's
father
been.
was father was worse. Like you see the chin on his
Oh yeah.
father. Like he's
Hey,
toned
look,
down from daddy.
do not say anything bad about Cactus Jack. All right, one
Mm.
of the greatest films of all time. Future episode.
Oh,
Early film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger too.
mm. A
I don't know
class
where
act.
we'd find it. Maybe it's on YouTube.
He said, "Love his father's name was Handsome Stranger."
Oh yeah,
uh, a
perfect.
wonderful film. Um, yeah, I didn't think the lady was a very good actress, Deborah Unger.
Well,
She
she
wasn't
was an.
very.
That's the thing, though. She was an actress playing an actress, playing a role in a
Yeah,
game. So they had to. It kind of had to be bad to sell that it was the game. I guess.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
guess her performance did vary, and maybe it does suit it in that way.
Yeah, I think the
She was
moment.
quite good with the gun bit when she's like, "Oh no, it's got a real
Oh
gun."
yeah, yeah,
But
that was
then
the bit again. Good twist.
other parts, yeah, it is a bit rough. Maybe it was on
Mm.
purpose.
Well, Fincher would do no wrong. He'd know what he's doing.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, he said he regrets doing this movie. His wife told him not to do it. She said it sucked. He said they hadn't worked out the third act when they were filming it and didn't like the ending.
just throw him off a roof.
He regrets doing it. So I don't know. Maybe he
Mm.
just took a paycheck.
Oh,
Fuck it.
I regret the 20 million I got paid for doing this piece of shit, but I don't regret the house I'm in now because of it.
Probably going flying in the face of popular opinion, but like I thought the Social Network was fucking boring.
Oh yeah, it was crap. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was garbage.
How many awards did it win and
Is
raised about?
it?
I was like, oh shit,
I
this
didn't
is
realize
crap.
that was Fincher. All right. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, look, when I think good Fincher, what do you think of? You got seven. You done anything else?
Uh, well,
I've been
Panic Room was another one that was a bit,
piece of shit. Piece of shit.
and then I really enjoyed the first season of Mindhunter.
Oh yeah, was that Fincher? Oh,
It's
did he
a
do
good. He directed
did
the
he
first episode, and he's the producer.
I thought he did Zodiac too. Did he do that?
Yeah, it was a bit boring. It was a bit overrated as well, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah. So he's essentially done seven and nothing else.
it didn't. Zodiac didn't really have an ending, probably because they didn't really catch the Zodiac killer.
Hmm.
It kind of, I thought
Hmm.
the dumb ending when he goes downstairs and gets freaked out and then runs away, and then
Well, he
yeah.
had to. He couldn't give any answers because it is still an unsolved mystery, right?
I think they've
Mm.
figured out who did it, didn't they? Someone cracked the codes that he was doing years later.
Oh, I
I
don't know.
watched
I
the
think
whole
it's still
thing
all
about it,
speculation.
forgotten most of it. Yeah, it's still
Oh,
speculation. I think
yeah.
everyone's kind of dead to. prove it.
Yeah,
I
they was
think they
blaming
thought it
it on.
was a police officer. Was there a different one? I watched one and they were talking about several killers all at once.
Always blame it on the dead guy. Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah. But yeah, this one like had too many opportunities for everything to go wrong, and it all just went right. For something that apparently you pay mega bucks for, and is so well orchestrated, and everything's taken care of to the finest minutia, and they're employing bajillions of people in the street. When you get in a taxi and the taxi driver speeds up and then jumps out the door, all
yeah,
all I can't even think of the words. And it all goes out the window because that car could have swerved off at any angle, flipped, and the dude breaks his neck inside the car and he's dead. It's all over. Or
right.
when it hit the water, he could have smashed his head in the glass and he's dead. There's just
I don't
too
know
many
if I
variables.
call it a plot hole, or whether it's just this kind of the film you got to suspend your suspension of disbelief is
Sure, it's
required.
a big jump in
Yeah,
logic, but a suspension of disbelief comes with like sci-fi or something that is unimaginable. Whereas, a realistic, what appears to be like a thriller, crime thriller, it just doesn't sit right. Suspension of
it's
just,
like
yeah.
when he wakes up in Mexico and he's buried alive, but he manages to get out. You could say, well, he could have
Yeah.
died in there. But then in Kill Bill, she wakes up in a coffin and she gets her
She's
way out, and
underground.
you're along for the ride because I don't know, it's just working for you, isn't it?
Well, and Kill Bill's a
It's
bit
a
more
better made
cartoony
film.
and fantastic. Like
Yeah.
Kill Bill sets the comic book tone, so there's going to be some unrealistic stuff happening. Whereas the game, is set in the real world and all the real logic applies. Uh, so yeah,
Mm, yeah, I guess it's that tone thing, I guess, where you just gotta mm, that fine line where you sometimes accept it and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're on it on the ride and sometimes you're not there.
yeah. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I didn't. I made it through the film. I didn't like put it on at 1.5 times speed, though. Looking back, I probably should have. It wasn't super fast paced. It definitely dragged. That middle section was painful. Uh, but you know, it was it was a film. They had actors in it. They
Yeah. I'm
acted.
just wondering, David Fincher kind of more miss than hit.
I mean, just 2 minutes ago, we
Alien
couldn't.
3, Panic
Yeah,
Room.
we
I
couldn't
don't
give.
mind Panic Room.
But is it a big film? No. No, maybe we could rewatch it, but
Oh, I guess he did Fight Club. I forgot about Fight Club, didn't
oh
we? It's a good
Jesus,
one.
there you go. There's two. All right, we're gonna give him Fight Club. So seven,
Oh, he did that
Fight
other
Club.
one, Monk, on Netflix, which
Yeah,
I
well,
heard was total crap, and I just couldn't
that
be
really
bothered
sounds
to.
shit. Anything with Brad Pitt in it with David Fincher, I guess works. Maybe if Brad Pitt
Yeah,
had been the antagonist in the game, might have been more
yeah.
entertaining.
Did Brad Pitt go? Oh, not that one. That's a stinker, David. Get another
Yeah,
phone call. No, David. No,
David, we
no,
just fuck
David.
off, David. Yeah,
Yeah. Then again, he's made a bunch of crap too.
is he? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Troy. Uh, though I do enjoy that one.
It was
It is
Oliver
crap.
Stone, wasn't it?
No, Troy. It's, when he's Achilles.
Yeah. That was directed by Oliver Stone, though, wasn't it?
No, no, it wasn't.
Oh no, Alexander was the one. Oh no! Fucking
Oh, that
Google
was
that shit.
Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell was the star of that one with Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I think that's right. I thought that was Troy. Was Troy got
No,
Eric Barner in it?
yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Movies
And
for the ladies.
it's good. I enjoy a bit of. The fight scenes were cool in that one.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No, I don't remember it. Check it out.
yeah.
But yeah, this one, yeah. Look, I sort of watched it. It felt like a TV drama, like a TV thriller that's on a Sunday night that you watch with your grandparents. There was no over the top sex. There's no boobs. There's no cock. It was
You
just
see a
pretty.
bra? Ooh,
Oh fuck! And it's red.
little
Calm down,
cleavage.
Granddad.
Ooh,
This not
ooh,
tells war stories about your sex addiction, Granddad.
ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Just is what it is. Did you enjoy
Yeah.
it? Did you? How'd you feel?
Eh, passes the time.
Passes the time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not stupendous, is it?
No, not really. Well, if you were to it's a Friday night and you're picking a second film to watch in conjunction with this one to keep your lady, who's helping you with your sex addiction cuddled up next to you on the couch. What
Yeah.
film would you pick?
Uh, I've thought of a really good one. Thought of a
Oh.
really good one. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna go,
Mhm.
when you hear what I've got to say.
Oh, well, I'm listening. I'm ready.
North by Northwest. Mm,
The Hitchcock film.
yes.
Why?
Yes.
I'm
Well, it's
not
a
as
thriller.
excited as I expected to be.
Oh, I thought that was a corker. It's a thriller. Got Cary Grant. It's a man
Uh
on the
huh.
run trying to find out the truth.
Uh huh.
Same kind of thing. Yeah, it's great. Great old
Okay.
film.
All right.
The
See,
beginning's
Nate,
wonderful when he's in the car, forced him to drink, and he's trying to drive down the hill. Awesome.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. I know the film you're talking about.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah.
It's got the airplane scene in it that's consistently ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, see, now you've got me thinking. You've gone North by Northwest, and I'm thinking of other the films, right? And at first it was I had The Game and The Fugitive, right? Harrison Ford pointing his finger.
Are you
That's
just picking films because they got the word the
well,
as
I
the
was
first
at
part of the
first, and
sentence?
then there was The Firm with Tom Cruise, right? Another sort of
They're
actiony
both
thriller.
men on the run. Yeah.
Yep, yep, that's it. But I think I'm gonna keep it in theme
Oh,
with that jaw and those cheekbones and that sex addiction, and I'm putting Wall Street in there. So The Game, not that great, but then to like warm your partner up again, Wall Street, great.
Charlie
Basically,
Sheen. That man's got tiger's blood in his veins.
I'm sure he does.
A
I'm sure
true,
he's got
true
more than
champion.
blood in his veins. Yeah.
Well, he's got AIDS as
Um.
well.
Wow. Monkeypox.
Probably more AIDS than tiger's blood, if we're
Tiger
being honest.
AIDS. Tiger AIDS. Yeah.
I think it's just AIDS. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Like The Game, I would probably not recommend it to people unless they were curious about David Fincher and what else he's done with his life. But I would recommend other films of his over this one.
Mm,
Mm.
and they were mainly Seven and Fight Club.
That's correct. Yeah, those were the two we came up with, and his little stinkers were. Well, I'll admit,
Everything else.
I like Alien 3. Alien 3, I don't see
Yeah.
what the fuss is all about. I think it's an enjoyable romp. Uh,
Oh, they've gotten worse than Alien 3. I mean, come on.
they sure have. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I'm with you there. So Fincher can be forgiven for Alien 3. I think the studio uh, interrupting his creative genius there.
Yeah.
Fight Club, great. 7, great. And then pile of shit. And some TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump to
Hey,
Netflix.
David, we've been watching your career, and we've seen your film releases go from top grossing to just gross.
Well, the Fight Club was a huge bomb.
But it came back, didn't it?
No, it just bombed.
No, it
It
came
got
back.
popular on video.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I mean. It came back. And now it's heralded as one of the greatest films of all time. But what I'm
It still
saying is,
bombed.
with my character bit that you interrupted so rudely,
Yeah.
was David Finch is now doing television. So it's
Yeah,
where
well, I
great
think
directors
that's
go to die.
putting it into perspective. I'm sort of saying that this had middling success. Seven was his hit. That was a long fucking time ago. Uh, but what was the other one that was good? The one with Ben Affleck, Gone Girl. That was a good film.
That was shit.
No, I enjoyed that one. That was
Oh
uh,
shit.
I enjoyed that. You get to see the curve of Ben Affleck's cock in that one.
Oh, well, let me completely re-establish my thoughts on the film then.
Listen,
It's
definitely a 9 out of 10
wonderful.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard 10 now, you know?
I give it a 9 inches out of the possible 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it a goodwill fucking, you
I
know?
think I think Ben gave it a bit of a few taps and then said, "Okay, boys, I'm ready to roll."
We did some
It's on the
warm-up
way down.
windmills. Yeah,
Yeah.
warm-up windmills and get the blood flowing, get little
Yeah.
Ben Afflecking, and
Yeah. That's why
shoot!
Jennifer Lopez has got such a beautiful smile these days.
Mm, mm.
She's getting fed anaconda 3 times a day.
Oh, it sounds like addiction 3 times a day.
No.
Yeah. Well,
Is it
how would I
three
rate?
times a day addiction?
I think it's between 5 and 6, something like that.
Yeah.
For sex
Shit.
addiction. Yeah, you're getting no satisfaction. You're just 6 times a day, man. That's
Just
fucking.
grinding it out.
Whew, that is like this dry skin there. Some
Three
definite chafing.
3 times a day doesn't really sound like fun, to be honest. Like, you got
Yeah,
stuff to do. Like, fucking hell. We started this at 9:30. I just sat down 10 minutes before we started. Like, oh Christ, fucking hell, it's a long day. Would you get time to do it 3 times a day? God.
yeah. You live a life, just one and done. Just you're good, you know.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
excited on a Saturday. Three's probably the limit. Let's be fair. The risk of oversharing. Three's probably the limit.
And a heavy day every now and then, but 3 times a day every day.
Well, no, we're talking 6 times a day every day, and this was Steve-O and some other guy that works with Steve-O, and
They do
I
it
just
six
thought,
times a day.
well, they did. They're no longer sex addicted. They went to sex addiction rehab, and now when they feel like getting it on, they don't. They do other things like
Gosh, no
potpourri.
wonder their careers stalled. Something
Mm.
6 times a day. They got no time to work.
No time. That's it. You're overwhelmed uh with the poontang.
And then, yeah, how do you like? Are you 6 times a day with one person?
No,
Like,
no, they're just 6 times a day with anybody.
well,
So
how are you meeting all these people?
that's it. Well, when you're Steve-O, you're probably just like, all right, there's a queue. Oh, give me the first six, 10 minutes apart. I don't know.
Do you get a little ticket with number 48
Yeah,
this
well, I
week
mean,
or something?
you want to be organized. So maybe
You'd
you
have
do.
to
Or
be.
maybe they do have a booking. Maybe you can book online,
Mm,
pick your day and your time, and I don't know whether there's like a scale for
Right.
for for time
Mm.
that you can book in. Uh, but I'd expect the quality wouldn't be there at 6 times a day,
I was
right?
say he's not the most attractive man in the world, and then to be sixth in the queue today, I mean, it's not an
Mm,
exciting proposition.
You're not when you're number one in the day, you're first up. You might get some quality, but when you're number six,
Ah.
you're not getting his A game as number six,
Well, when you're
are you?
booking in, can you choose what place in the queue you're getting?
Well, I guess it's like bookings would open at like 9 a.m. on a particular day, and it's first in first served. You know that would make sense. I'd be on board with that.
How would porn actors be doing it 6 times a day? I don't.
Oh, I think it's different, really. You know, once would take up the whole day with all the lighting and the reshoots, and um, it's not
How
like they
you?
just go, "All right, you two, get it on for 25 minutes, and we're going to film it from a million angles." No, they've got like one camera and zero production value, so they're just resetting lights and angles. I suspect I'm not a connoisseur of the industry, but that's what I've heard.
You're seeming to have a lot of expertise in this field.
Well, I just watched a podcast with Steve-O talking about this exact same thing. So go and check that out. It was very interesting.
You did work as a fluffer for several years, though, didn't you?
As a no, I was a ball powderer.
Oh,
You've got to. I mean, there's a lot of um, moistness in the air in
mm,
those situations. A lot of
right.
humidity,
Mm,
um, a lot of juices that
mm,
need to be powdered away. And so my job, um, they called me Powder Boy, and
mm.
they'd say cut, and like billows in a fire, and then you squeeze it, and it'd go. And you could get two or three people in one if you were like a good sniper and they were lined up.
Did you cut out them? You went quiet for a long time, then you went pop back in.
Yeah, it probably did cut out, but that's the
Oh,
way things
no one will
roll.
notice. No one will notice.
No, nobody listens.
All right, so we've double featured it on North by Northwest, and you're gonna yeah, you
I
worked
had a
as a ball
few
powderer and sex addiction.
tangents. Yeah.
Trivia. I found out apparently they wanted uh, Jodie Foster to play the role that Sean Penis played in this.
Oh, so a lady.
Yeah, he was going to play. She was Michael Douglas wanted it rewritten so that she was his daughter, but
Creepy.
apparently he was so old that didn't even make sense um, at the
Mm.
time. And so she ended up dropping out. Oh, she sued the producers for $54 million because, oh yeah, she was promised the role orally in Hollywood. You know what that means.
Uh-huh.
And then they
Avi.
ended up rewriting it and giving it to Sean Penn. She sued them for $54 million, and it got settled out of court apparently.
Oh wow. No wonder the film failed. They're like 54 million out of the box. Fucking Jodie Foster.
Well, I don't know if they paid her 54 million.
Well, you think if that's the charge and they settle out of court, it'd have to be at least half of that, right?
Sounds like a lot more than she would have actually earned if she did the role, because it
If
was
you've done
only
the
a
film,
tiny little role in the film.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, there's far better things to watch than this film. I enjoy. Here we go. I enjoyed. Um, me and my fellow podcaster here watched another film recently,
Mm.
Uncharted, and
Terrific
I
film.
I
Amazing.
enjoy
Floored
I
us.
enjoyed that more than the game for sure. I think it was one of the greatest films of
Mm.
all time. Yeah. I think, like I thought I was a fan of Indiana Jones, Star
Yes.
Wars,
Weak in
Uncharted.
comparison.
Oh, absolutely. Like I've never seen something that connected to my soul the way that
Mm.
Uncharted did.
Mark Wahlberg brought a tear to my eye
Oh,
several occasions.
that's it. Every nuance of his facial features just overwhelmed me with joy.
Hey Nathan,
That is
how you doing?
yeah, like
Hey girl,
is that
how you doing?
is that your treasure? Say hi to your
Yeah,
helicopter for me. Yeah.
yeah. That was a bag of shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
uh,
terrible.
it was only good for making fun of.
Yeah,
Um,
it was.
so on IMDb, this film's gotten a 7.7 out of 10. Someone
Mm-hmm.
gave it a 9. Sadly, they don't make movies like this anymore. Another 9, twisty turny thriller, makes for compelling viewing. Someone said 6, who doubt this mess, and another 6. Hitchcock would be proud if it didn't have so many damn plot holes. Oh,
Wow.
what are you going to give it,
And
Brad? We've got a minute and a half left.
oh, I'll give it 4 Wahlbergs out of 10.
Mm, yeah.
That's the sound of Michael Douglas
Ah.
eating Catherine Zeta Jones' pussy.
Dum dum. Dum 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 dum.
The sound of throat cancer.
I call it the motorboard. Yeah, I don't know. Fivesy, sixties, I don't know. Passes the time. It's not that
Uh,
offensive. It's not offensive. Yeah, you get there's better stuff around.
People are here for your opinion and you're giving them a maybe a 5, maybe 6. Fucking hell.
Nothing to get excited about. It's not trash. 5.5. Yeah,
All right.
seal the deal. Out of
Brilliant.
10. Another stunning episode. I think we got to the bottom of quite a few things there, Brad.
Oh, why do we do this?